The views, opinions, and comments shared in this video podcast do not necessarily reflect or represent the views and opinions by this broadcast. We don't promote or encourage any illegal activities. All contents provided by this channel are meant for educational purposes only.
Our last episode where we spoke about Sipos experiencing a terrible fire. Well, no fire does be any proper experience or good experience. Right, but our situation wasn't remedied by the city corporation, where we needed to remove certain rubber from the fire. It was a bad experience because our MP, our councillors, all of these institutions tend to just ignore the plight of the community. And we are a bit taken aback. We are a bit taken aback for whatever reason. There was a failure in the response of the city corporation. So the head department was the CEO. All right, the councillors and the MP. We are of the view that response was as a result of political victimization by these institutions. However, the organization was able to get back our current, not full current, we still have to rewire, but we are operating at a lower pace with our current. We would also like to highlight our situation where sometime last year we went to the East Port of Spain company, as well as sent letters to the YTEP for consideration of having our children participate in programs within the community. Currently, we still have the situation of going as far as Waterloo, being bused to Waterloo, our children that is, where food is provided, a small stipend is provided, and the whole question of service providers is being taken care of. We are of the view that East Port of Spain area can do catering for our children. We don't have to rely on various other service providers to be employed or being given contract to be providing for our people, for our youth in fact. So another topic we like to go with is the question of our beloved MP, who have recently been designated with the portfolio in the Ministry of National Security. We believe such a portfolio can augur well with our situation in East Port of Spain, because he could use the relevant security mechanism or apparatus to aid him with his fight on crime. The situation with Mango Rose, where thousands upon thousands of people came out and having the candlelight vigil complaining about they need peace. everyone needs peace. But our area in East Port of Spain is suffering a great deal due to the fact that we have been neglected in areas of security. There's an incident quite recently where several times policemen have been shot, right? They too picking up bullets with this crime situation. And it is unfortunately that has taken place when no one seems to have an answer. We are appealing to the new minister, our new minister, who is in the Ministry of National Security, our MP that is, to contact these people that is appealing for peace. The community is crying out for peace. They are crying out for peace. What is your answer as a result of that sort of appeal? Okay? My suggestion at the Michael Morgan show is that our MP can call in these people for a discussion, or he can meet these people who is so concerned and who is prepared to put their life on the line for the purpose of getting peace in our community. Right? We are saying that there ought to be some dialogue between the churches, between the elders, between the NGOs, as the case might be, and give peace a chance. Give peace a chance. So at least our beloved MP have a task cut out for him, which is to create an apparatus between the community and whoever wish to be part of it, whether it's the Ministry of National Security, as the case might be, to resolve the crime situation in East Port of Spain. We have certain suggestions as Neighborhood Watch, some support with the station councils. Each station, I understand, ought to be having the station council up and running. East Port of Spain lacking that currently. We need a proper run station council in East Port of Spain. One might ask the question what a station council is. A station council basically is the police involved as well as members of the community coming together to sort of ensure that there is a certain level of working together, a certain level of cooperation, a certain level of going forward with certain programs. And it seemed to be working along with a station council as well as the what's the program I just mentioned? Neighborhood Watch. All right? Neighborhood Watch would involve various ministries, whether it's Ministry of Agriculture, Ministry of Housing, Ministry of the Corporation. They could come in with their equipment and the various abandoned spots that is creating havoc in the community with cars and all these different type of things where they're hiding things all in the rubbles and so on could be cleaned up. And that is where community gardens could take place. It will create proper food for the people, healthy food for the people. So these is ideas that could come from the community. These is ideas that can be forwarded from the community, from the churches, from the various institutions that already exist. And it wouldn't be a situation where the government is trying their best to micromanage when it comes into community youth clubs, is now police youth clubs, and we want to know how come the parents in these police youth club is not very active. It's like they surrender the children to the police, where it's now police youth club that is now focusing on you're going to be a sports person, you're going to learn to box. What about the whole question of a scholarship for educated children who is among us and could take that push? Trade, of course, they have moved around and take out all the trade from areas like these. In Bazelon Street, there were several trade shops where it could be a tailor, a carpenter, a plumber, as the case might be. In John D, they used to, I could recall going to John D and learning masonry and plumbing. Today, we have to go to far-off region as Waterloo to learn these kind of programs. We have an issue with this type of governance, where the powers that be is endorsing that we go to Waterloo. And it is isolating the community from further development, right? Isolating the community from developing their programs that they struggle to sort of, get going. I can't understand that. Mr. MP, we asking for the relevant people who, like councillors, they should be in our corner. The MP should be in the community corner, not fighting against the community, because that is how it appears. We can't get proper dialogue, we can't get proper cooperation from these officials. All right? So, at this point, we are calling on the MP to make contact with these people who have the gall and the spirit to start a candlelight vigil to ask for peace. And if he cannot empower us to ensure that we have peace, well, then something wrong with this whole scenario. Something wrong with the governance of this government. And I'm not putting water in my mouth to say that. Okay? We need to do some kind of rehaul, some kind of a readjustment as it relates to going forward with the governance of the community. Okay? So at this point, we'll be taking a break, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Expression Studios, for all your production needs. Come and express yourself.
Welcome back to the Michael Morgan Show. Before the break, we were highlighting the whole question of our newly appointed MP in the Ministry of National Security. One of the issues that we welcome, at some point in previous years, there was an initiative by our late Prime Minister Manning, where he see the logic or the wisdom in having conversation with the gang leaders at some hotel at the other. Unfortunately, that didn't take any fruit, but now is an opportunity where our MP, who is suffering a great deal with his constituency, to meet with his lesser mortal or his people who basically run afoul with the law. Those people who is more or less misguided, and perhaps they might have some kind of a grievance or issues that could be resolved. We are calling on the MP to consider meeting with these persons who basically, I doesn't like to give title and angle to name, okay, because there's still our brother, uncle, fathers, tanti, as the case might be. All right? So we are appealing to the minister, especially with this candle night vigil for peace. It means to say some people want peace. All mightn't want peace because peace is more or less jeopardizing money gaining and things like that. But the fact remains, majority of the population want peace. All right? So we are appealing to him to please make that opportunity warranted. And the other topic I would like to speak about is the question of the Prime Minister, Mr. Rowley, highlighting $100 million going to the various hotspot projects. That project was mentioned sometime in April. All right? And to date, we seem to have a lull where that program have disappeared in 10 years. We believe that project was a very good project that would have changed the life of a number of people, changed the whole scope of the community in terms of entrepreneurship for a number of people, in terms of employment opportunity for a number of people, and improvement of their life. For whatever reason, perhaps coming to the election, we might get that program, but we're still looking forward for such a program of $100 million going to these hotspots, because they really need it. They really need it. We just need the infrastructure and the relevant authority to put some level of management into these programs. So until next week, we would like members to please like and subscribe to the Michael Morgan Show, where we get all these issues that we can speak about. Thank you.